Hello, Kevin Strange here, back doing another video, second video, and wow, I am, all the comments on that first video, I am just amazed and surprised, and thank you everybody, and I should have written everybody's name down or handle down, and I didn't, and I will remember to do that next time, but thank you. It's great to be a part of the community, and hope to be able to do more of these videos as my schedule permits. You're probably wondering, what's this video going to be about? Kirby. One of my favorites, and you're probably also wondering, that's strange, why is Devil Dinosaur number 2 the first book that's up there? Well, believe it or not, this is the first comic book I can ever remember looking at. For whatever reason, I have no idea how I got it. This isn't it. The one that I had is up in the box over there in my collection. I don't know how it happened, but I ended up with a Devil Dinosaur number 2. That is one of the first comics I can ever remember looking at. So I've always had an affinity towards Devil Dinosaur and Kirby. So I actually went ahead, and I never had all of them. I have that trade, that hardcover that they came out with, but I never had the issues. So I said I'm going to go on a little Kirby binge and pick up some Kirby stuff that I've wanted for a long time. And so I've got, of course, number 2. I ended up getting a whole set of Devil Dinosaur. And it's just a book, I tell you, I dig it. Every time I read it, I get a kick out of it. Also starring Moon Boy, the first human. I mean, it's when Kirby just can let go and do this fun stuff. And, you've got this, gigantic Tyrannosaurus, of course, with these teeny tiny arms. And, just the foreshadowing and just how he handles anatomy and the action. Everything just seems so alive. And I've always just, and just Devil Dinosaur, I mean, you can't beat a title like that. So I was able to pick up the whole series, and I was really psyched to have it. It's the first time I've had all the issues. They're all in really good shape. This one's like a fine plus for number 1. And the rest are about in the same type of condition, fine to fine plus, some near mint. But just really, really fun books. I mean, look at that. You got this big hairy tarantula. He's going to come down and thump on him. Just amazing stuff. From Kirby. And the next thing I said, well, you know what? I'm a huge fan of the movie 2001. If you haven't seen it, get it. It's awesome. And I said I'm going to pick up this because I've never read it. I've never read his 2001 adaptation. What I didn't know until I started doing some research on the book itself, the series, is it actually has a treasury edition that came out first, so I'm actually on the lookout for that. But some just amazing Kirby stuff. I mean, Kirby doing space, doing Arthur C. Clarke. I mean, what? I mean, those two minds together, that's crazy talk. So this has been really fun. I haven't had a chance to read yet, but it is next up on my pile. And they're all in really good shape. You're probably wondering, dear God, that's not bagged. Yes, you're right. I just got my box in from E. Gerber, so I will be working on my collection this week and bagging things. This is just number 2 from that series, and I just love that cover. The monster thing and the astronauts and stuff going on back here, the monolith up here, just the colors, the orange or the red and the yellow and the greens and stuff. I get a kick out of that, and I'm dying to read these things. And of course, one of the things that a lot of people may not know, although in this community, a lot of you probably do know, number 8 in the series, a little crooked there, number 8 in the series is the first appearance of Machine Man. He started out Mr. Machine, which is, I don't know, I guess why does it sound as sillier than Machine Man, but to me it does, I guess. But that's the first appearance of Aaron Stack? Yeah, Aaron Stack, I believe. Machine Man. And as you'll see in a few minutes, something funny comes about this, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. But, boom, first appearance of Machine Man. In great shape. Really nice. It's got some gloss on the cover. It's pretty sweet. And I always love this cover. This is more like a reader one. I got the other one in a bag. Ooh, look at that. See? I just bent that. Oh, I gotta, from now on, I'm gonna make sure I bag these up before I do these videos. But I just love that cover, just that Kirby, it's just incredible, you know, and Machine Man's face. I love that cover. It's one of my favorite covers of the whole series. And Machine Man, oddly enough and funny enough, and I'm going to actually put up number 5, which is funny. This is the other comic that I actually had. I can remember when I was a little kid. I'm talking, you know, 10. I don't know. I'm not quite sure when it was. But this was the other one. I had Machine Man number 5, and I had Devil Dinosaur number 2. And this cover used to scare me. I mean, here's this guy. He's a machine. He's holding himself. He's scared. Is he sensing this thing over here? And what is it? Kirby with the yellow in the eyes and stuff, man. I remember this just scared me. And I read this and this and the Devil Dinosaur until it fell apart. If you see them, I'll show them sometime. Maybe they are ripped up. And I also had a number 2 when I was growing up. And I love that because that comes like out of him. It's like built into him, and he pops out almost like a transformer, and he drives away. And I just love that cover. You know, the cops down there, and the purple, you know, and the green. So you got these complementary colors going off each other. Just, you know, classic Kirby. And I have read this whole series, and it's fun. It's just a fun series. And then, of course, you know, number 1, the purple and the yellow in the eyes, that Kirby hand coming right out at you. You know, and who would have known? You know, that's right from 2001 when that character was introduced. And I'm actually on the lookout for a little bit better copy. I'd put this one probably, it's pretty good. It's a little yellow, so I'd probably put this one at, I'd say fine. You know, I'd like to say fine plus, but I think I'd be reaching. So I'm looking for a little bit more of a whiter copy down in here. It's tricky with a cover that's like very yellow, because like where do you spot the white? And of course you need to look up in here and in the UPC code and in the comic code. But still, it's a really nice cover. It's still got some gloss on it. It's really sharp, and I just love the expression on his face. He's pissed, and he's coming to get you. Machine Man. And last but not least on the Kirby side, of course, and I was able to pick up the whole Machine Man series too. I really lucked out on eBay that month. I mean, it was just like crazy bidding. Last up on the Kirby front, some just awesome looking, I mean, Black Panther, Kirby doing Black Panther this book is so sweet. You know, open that thing up and there's just some amazing stuff. I mean, look at this cover. You're not seeing things. This is like first one. We got this person. We don't know who she is. We don't know who he is. He's holding on to him with a gun, and there, Black Panther is. He's trying to get this little frog that looks like it's part cosmic cube, part frog. I guess it's a ridiculous cover, but you know, it's the first Black Panther. It's pretty fun. The covers get, you know, they're still, you know, great. I can't put 2 up there at once. I need to come up with a new system for doing these. And the covers just stay cool. I mean, you know, this green thing shooting rays out. And I dig this cover because it really shows Kirby, you know, this action. Number 4. You know, you don't see the bad guy with this axe thing, and there's Black Panther jumping out at it. It's just awesome. So, not a ton of Kirby I'm showing, and not like what people maybe are used to, like when they're, you know, going after some of Kirby's more mainstream stuff. I'm really digging his Bronze Age, some Silver Age Marvel stuff. I mean, it's stuff that you can still get relatively cheap, even in a good grade, and it's stuff that, I mean, this is right from him. He did everything. Writ it? Yeah, okay. Drew it, wrote it, and just incredible stuff. And, you know, again, it's inexpensive. It's not like you're trying to get some really early Kirby stuff, and it's just really awesome to look at. And it's stuff that, you know, I think the next wave of things people will be looking after. I've been trying to get the Black Panther, the Machine Man, what else? The Devil Dinosaur for a while now, on and off since I've been starting collecting, and I've only seen it ever go up. So, you know, I don't buy a lot speculation wise. I buy what I like. But I also will look for things that could be worth something. I'm not going to say I'm not, but I just, you know, I dig some of this old Kirby stuff. And then what I thought I would do is, at the end of the video, show a graphic novel or something. Somebody did it, and I can't remember who in the community did it, where they showed some an unusual trade or unusual comic they had. And I've got a lot of these, and I actually don't even know if we can see it all in there. I'm going to have to probably move that back. But what it is, it's Batman, Son of the Demon graphic novel. And this is by Mike Barr and Jerry Bingham. And the cool thing is, it's got an introduction by Mark Hamill. And this was, you know, $14.95. And it was an original graphic novel, introduction by Mark Hamill. I love comics. You know, of course, he's the Joker now, right? The voice of the Joker. And this is, you know, kind of an Elseworld. And this is when the Dark Knight and Talia hooked up. And Damon, he left, and he didn't know. And she was pregnant with his kid. And even though it's an Elseworld, Grant Morrison went ahead and ran with it. And, you know, that's where Damon comes from, is really an Elseworld book, which is kind of interesting. And just amazing art. I mean, incredible stuff. I mean, look at those sketches. God. One of the things I collect too is original art, and I'll probably end up doing a video on some original art and sketchbook art. But yeah, I thought I'd show some of these. I've got a lot of these. I lucked out when I bought a collection one time. It came with, you know, a lot of these original DC and Marvel graphic novels that, you know, they could do back then, because, you know, who cares? It was cheap to print it. It was cheap to produce it and get it out there. So I've got a bookshelf full of these types of things. So I might sprinkle them in here and there as I'm doing these. Again, I really appreciate, you know, all the comments and all the support. And next time I'm going to write people's handles down and be able to do some shout outs. But I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and next time I'm not sure what I'm going to do, so it'll be a surprise. All right, take it easy.